This year's Essence Fest is a celebration of hip-hop, 50 years of rhythm, bars, and a lasting impact on the music industry.
50 years of hip-hop to me means telling our generational stories. I mean, music tells our stories. It's a platform for us to leverage and bring exposure to things that are happening across America.
It's a huge thing for hip-hop to even have grown as big as it has because, of course, people thought it was a fad back 50 years ago, and now a multi-trillion-dollar industry.
Hip-hop music may have been born out of New York, but we are in New Orleans, and this city's impact on that legacy is absolutely undeniable.
It's extremely diverse. This is like the staple. You know, you have the Chicagos, the Atlantas, but it's nothing like New Orleans.
Well-known New Orleans radio DJ Wild Wayne says while the East and West Coasts were the main focus, there was eventually a gap. It was filled by New Orleans.
In New Orleans, you had two of the biggest record companies in history that both emerged at the same time and took over.
I grew up right here. I'm like, my birth certificate says 728 Market Street.
Eventually, stars like Juvenile and Lil Wayne took over, along with influences like Big Frida and Bounce. But New Orleans' influence also happens behind the scenes.
So you have a Manny Fresh, whose catalog enormous. And not only has he produced for so many artists from Cash Money and from the New Orleans area, but, you know, producing for folks like T.I. and many others. You also have Black and Mild.
Some of the city's greatness was overlooked by Essence Fest, with Juvenile having to fight for a spot in the lineup. Essence did add him to the festival, but still, many want to be sure New Orleans gets the recognition it deserves.
We have roots in Africans here, Spanish here, French here, a lot of folks from the Caribbean. I think all of those pieces just really create a certain unique blend that you get nowhere else.
At Essence Fest, Alyssa Curtis, Eyewitness News.